much for stopping by and checking out my video. I really appreciate it. So today I'm gonna do a little video about me, just to, you know, a get to know me video, I guess. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video and you welcome me into your home or your cell phone and you watch my face talking about stuff. And I thought that a little get to know me video and why I love makeup so much would be in order. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and let's get started. One of the things that I kind of wonder about, if you wonder about, is when I talk about products and I hold them up like this and you kind of wonder what is different about my hands. So when I hold something up like this, it's literally because that's all I got. Like that's my hand. That's it. So I wanted to talk about my syndrome, my journey, my life, I don't know, just to get to know me, because I think that's important, because I like when YouTubers that I watch, I like when they talk about their own lives, and that's just what I thought I'd do today. So let's get started. If I ramble, this is a personal subject for me, and I ramble in general in life. So what you see is what you get with me when I do make a video. So if I'm rambling, it's because I'm rambling. So sorry about that. So when I was born with a syndrome called thrombocytopenia absent radii syndrome. Short form is TAR syndrome. I'll call it that. And so what that means is that I'm missing the radius in both of my forearms, and I also have low platelets. So when I was born, I had a journey to get through. I was really sick. It was hard to diagnose me back then. It was a really rare condition. It still is. So when you're born, you're kind of supposed to have a lot of platelets, and I kind of had none. So during the course of 1 year, I did have 56 blood and blood product transfusions. I had a central line put in. And just to give you an idea of how rare, I haven't checked the stats lately, but last I heard it was 1 in 400,000 people are born with my syndrome, and 60% of them unfortunately don't survive. So I'm kind of 1 in a million. I'm really grateful to just have survived and gotten through it, and here I am. So when it came to my blood condition, there were just a lot of things that my family and my parents had to get me through, and I am forever grateful for that. And then once I got older, the short arms kind of became a little bit more prominent in terms of just the social aspects of being a kid and growing up in a small town and being really the only kid with a disability, and it was a lot. So just, you know, went through the motions of just being a kid and figuring things out, and there were some good days and there were some not so good days, but I think that's just the growing pains of any adolescent. I think that it's kind of expected. I did have some challenges. They were hard, and it was either kind of get through it or, you know, sit in a dark room and cry all the time. And who really wants to do that? I don't want to do that. Do you want to do that? I don't want to do that. So I think the trick with that is just self-acceptance and just acknowledging that there is a disability, there is limitations. Yes, it's here. However, you know what? It's just, that's just the way it goes. And so as I got older, and just the self-acceptance and just the comfort level that I had in my own skin, it really just made me who I am. A lot of people ask me why I like makeup as much as I do. Correction. Oh, scratch that. Correction. A lot of people ask me why I'm obsessed with makeup, and that is probably a pretty accurate statement. Like, I really do love makeup. I thoroughly enjoy it. And it's probably because makeup was the one thing in my life that I didn't have to have any adjustments or modifications, or it had nothing to do with my little arms. It had absolutely nothing to do with it. Like today I'm wearing winged eyeliner. For anyone who wears winged eyeliner, you know that it's hard to do winged eyeliner the first time you do it. And for me, it took me a while. I kind of figured it out for a while, but then it was, you know, that and 56 Q-tips. So it was frustrating. I never wore winged eyeliner on a work day when I was running late, because that's just, I'm just gonna be an hour late for work, and you never rush a girl who wears winged eyeliner. Like, that's just a strict rule. Don't do it. It's just not worth the time. So like today, all I did was take my liquid eyeliner and go whoop, and on it went. I think I used one Q-tip maybe to touch it up, but other than that, off it went. So with anything, it took practice. I get that, and life takes practice, so that I'm cool with. And yeah, so honestly, makeup was the one thing that I just was like, okay, everyone else is wearing makeup, so I'll wear makeup too. The fun part about it is that, especially as I got older, I was really busy in university, so wearing makeup really wasn't my priority, because it took me like 3 hours to get ready in the morning, because it takes a lot of practice to get the short-armed routine down pat. And I have to say, it's taken a while. I figured it out. I got it. It's okay. But like when I was in university, I was so busy with school and extracurriculars and student council and res, and I was busy, so I honestly didn't wear a lot of makeup. It was more so after I graduated, once I started working, I worked in women's retail. You had to look the part, so I did wear the, you know, the proper makeup, I guess you could say. And I really liked it, because everyone would always comment on my makeup, and they're like, oh my god, who did your makeup? And I was like, me. And I don't know, it's flattering. I appreciated the comments and the compliments, and it's nice. So it's amazing how many people are actually complimentary, because if I've had $1 for every time I've been told that my makeup looks really nice, I would probably be like a thousandaire. Probably not a millionaire, but a thousandaire, I would say. And yeah, it's fun. And when I say that makeup was the only thing that I've had in my life that I didn't have any adjustments or modifications, you know, when I was in high school, I couldn't do a lot of things in gym class, so I organized a lot of things, or I took attendance or whatever. In university, I had someone who helped me with some of the physical aspects of what I did. Because I have a textile degree, I, you know, did pattern making and sewing and stuff, so there were times when some people would have to help me. And that's okay, like honestly, like I'm okay with asking for help. I'm very okay with asking for help. I once asked a stranger to put my mittens on, because you know what, if you live in Winnipeg, you know how cold it is. And my hands were cold. And instead of taking off my jacket and getting, you know, situated, and I was out in class, and I just looked over at the person next to me, and I'm like, would it be okay if I asked you to put my mittens on for me? And she was like, absolutely, sure, how do we do this? And away we went. So but the fun thing about makeup was the fact that I just sit down at my makeup station and I put on pretty things, and it makes me feel good. And honestly, I don't put on makeup to look more normal. I just put on makeup because I like it. To be honest, that's why. I was once told that it was okay to like makeup as much as I do, because it's a hobby, just like, you know, some people like to bowl, and some people like fishing, and some people like crafting. So I see it as a hobby, really. It's a fun hobby. I really like it. So I have had a few comments coming in from a couple people who have disabilities, and they've asked me if I'm gonna make any videos about doing certain things or life activities or anything like that. And I kind of thought about it, and as nervous as it does make me feel, I would really like to start a little series and just talk about disabilities and life and experiences that I've been through. And when I look back at my life and I really think about the things that I've done, that I've proved people wrong or challenged myself or challenged other people, and, you know, I drive a car, I live independently, I have a great job that I really like that challenges me both physically and mentally. I figured out a lot of things. And honestly, when I was younger, I wish that YouTube existed, that somebody who was older with a disability could tell me that it was gonna be okay, and that, you know, just to show younger people or even older people, whichever, just advice on life and how you get through things, and what I've accomplished, what I've stumbled through, what I've sucked at big time and had to figure it out real fast, and other things took a little extra time. So Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I would kind of like to do it. I think that it would be really informative for those people that need it, and I honestly think that long arm people could benefit from it as well, because if there's one thing that I've learned in my life is that people really struggle for asking for help, and that just annoys me. It truly does. It annoys me probably more so than anything in this whole life of mine. So yeah, so that's the story of me, why I like makeup. I rambled, I told you I would, so at least I followed through. And that's just a little bit about my story, and yeah. So that is a little bit about me and why I like makeup so much. I think that it's fun. Like, makeup is fun. And please take this in the way of, because I hold things up and I'm like, oh hey, my left arm doesn't really work very well, so it's not really, this one does. But just because I put myself out on YouTube and I talk about makeup and you see my hands and you're like, I just thought that I would clear the air. Not because somebody told me to, or somebody made a comment, or somebody was negative. No one has been negative. Nobody has asked me for this video. No one. I just felt like it was something that I wanted to share. And I'm a sharer. I will talk until my head falls off, or maybe your head falls off. I don't really know. So that is my video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye everyone.